All right, this video is to give you a tip on how to free up a seized pin. So this is on a Grapple on a truck. There's two grease certs, one here and one here. This one was taking grease, not a problem. This one was not taking grease. This is the problem. I tried everything I had in my arsenal. There's a hydraulic tool you can use to put transmission fluid in. You can put it on, you can hammer it on. Tried that, didn't work. Penetrating oil, brake parts cleaner. Took the grease cert out, cleaned inside the hole, put it back on, pumped grease into it. Would not take grease. And this is the type of pin, there's no grease zert on the end of it. You have to use these. And inside there's a bushing with cutaways in it. What happens is this grease zert was broken for a long time. God knows, I just purchased this thing. And they get filled, those valleys get filled with dirt and debris. This would not take grease. So this is a way that you can free it up. You know, put the whatever you're working on, take the weight off the best you can. There's a nut on this side right here. I took that nut off and you can see it's offset now because I hammered it out until I could get, and I could see the pin coming out on this side. And what this does, this helps create a gap between the pin and the bushing and where the grease goes in. And what you're able to do is take this out about halfway, or you know, however big your pin is, knock it out an inch or two like this one, then take a wrench and turn this pin over and over and over. And eventually you'll find a groove in there that isn't worn. You put the grease gun on and it will begin to take grease. And you can see here, right now what I've been doing is I've been putting a wrench on this. I've turned it, greased it, turn it, grease it, turn it, grease it. And what that does, that's making sure that the whole pin assembly in here actually has grease and not just this one side. So this is a very irritating issue to have when people don't, you know, replace the grease certs on things, but this is how you fix it. And that's what we did here today. Proof's in the pudding. We got the grease coming out right there. This should not be a problem. But the idea is you have to take the weight off of the joint, take the pin halfway out, rotate it, find a spot in there, keep pumping, just turn it and pump it, turn it and pump it until it starts taking grease. And when it does, fill that area, turn it and grease it again, turn it, grease it again, because you want to get this whole pin coated with grease. And this method, this is a very heavy piece of equipment, as you can see. This method allows me to grease the unit, fix the problem without having to completely remove this pin, which is a big job on this thing. We're going to fire it up and I'll have one person in the operator station move the hydraulics so I can line this pin back up, but I only have to put it in, you know, a couple of hammer throws. So that's my advice.